cornfield?
I'm picking corn to turn into ethanol for my car.
Why the heck would you want to do that? Don't you realize that ethanol is causing deforestation in the rainforest, increasing food prices, and putting a strain on our water sources?
That is so not true. In fact, it creates jobs, lowers earth-harming emissions, and helps us become better in our economy.
You dirty bird, you lie all the time. I have information that even proves it.
Oh, you know what? I have information that proves that I'm right.
Well, fine, then we'll compare and we'll see who's right.
So we both have our research. I think that we should flip a coin or something.
Hold on, there will be no coin flipping here. You crazy redhead. This is my house and my rules, and I'm going to go first with my first point. Here we go. Alright. So, first of all, the United States corn ethanol spike would cause deforestation of the rainforest in Brazil, which would be the Amazon. Increased corn demands means an increased demand for soybeans, which, if the United States is producing too much corn, they don't have any room for soybeans. And so, then the pressure gets set to Brazil to make up for the shortfall by clearing land for soy, meaning cutting into their rainforests to use for land. Do we really want this to happen to these poor Brazilians? They are forced to cut down their own rainforest because of our selfish needs of corn ethanol. They're already stressed out with all that Portuguese.
Katie, that doesn't make any sense.
Hold up now, you just wait 1 minute, I'm not finished. Now, my second point. Increased food prices. If you increase the demand for corn, then you increase the price. It's plain and simple. Many of our products come from corn. Almost all of our products come from corn. I mean, come on, people. Corn flakes, corn on the cob, corn soup, corn syrup, which is in a lot of things. I know that for a fact. So, this would be bad. Farmers use corn for feed, which would then make them go broke because of the increased corn prices. ActionAid says, and I quote, "A major cause of the food and hunger crisis, which is said to get worse."
Okay, so are you finished yet? Because
you better settle down right now, you hunger crisis supporter. I still have one more point. Strain on our water sources. Making ethanol requires substantial resources. For example, did you know there are 3 to 6 gallons of water required to make 1 gallon of ethanol fuel? We already have a low supply of water, and this would put on an even greater strain on the U.S. We would also have to reopen retired croplands, and we would also lose important grassland in order to grow said corn. Okay, Miss Important, top that.
Alright, so my first point, Miss McMullen.
I'm listening.
Job creation due to ethanol production. You're going to need farmers who will grow the corn, and also factory workers who will help manufacture the ethanol once the corn is produced. This would mean that thousands of jobs are produced for people in the U.S.
I don't even trust your lies, you...
Stop! Okay, so my next point, the lowering of earth-harming emissions. According to a study done by Middlebury University, and I quote, "The Environmental Protection Agency monitors the oil displacement and greenhouse gas emissions. They found that ethanol use lowers the amount of toxic emissions produced from automobiles, factories, etc. And, might I add, from the same study, Brazil is the world leader in ethanol production. So don't you use that 'we have to think about Brazilians' excuse on me, Missy. You should know better than that by now."
Oh, what?
I'm not finished. Lastly, ethanol production would help our economy as well. According to the study done by Middlebury, Because the U.S. is a large importer of oil, a reduction in U.S. oil imports could lead to a reduction in the world price of oil. If so, the U.S. would then pay less for the oil it still imports. This would definitely benefit the economy. Now that we have both our research and we set our points, I think that we need to come to a consensus or else we're going to get...
How the heck am I supposed to come to a consensus with a crazy redhead who hates Brazilians?
I don't hate Brazilians! Okay, Katie, let's look at it like this. We both agree that ethanol production has its benefits and its downfalls, correct?
Well, yes, okay.
Okay, good. So now I know you found some evidence, a bill that could help us come to a consensus.
So, we were able to agree upon the fact that at the moment the U.S. is simply not set up to be able to provide for the transition from gasoline to corn ethanol. In order for the U.S. to convert to corn ethanol, 350 million acres would be needed to be devoted to corn, not even including corn used for human consumption and livestock feed. At the moment, only 75 million acres are being devoted to corn. That is a huge shortfall that the U.S. is not ready to devote to. If the United States were able to set up a system so that land resources would be more cared for to counteract the cons, we would come closer to being able to make a transition, however. A farmland and informational specialist emailed me back telling me more information about a farm bill that gets passed every 5 years. This bill helps replenish the land resources and provide for farmers. Therefore, if this bill began starting to have more to do with corn ethanol production, this could help to make a successful transition to corn ethanol.
Okay, Katie, now that we both have set our points, we need to come to a consensus or else we're going to get an F on this project.
How am I supposed to come to a consensus?
Okay, Katie, now that we've both set our points, we need to come to a consensus or else we're going to get
How the heck am I supposed to come to a consensus? Consensus?
There you go.
How the heck am I supposed to come to a consensus?
There you go.
Consensus?
Okay, take
Consensus.
9.
Consensus.
Katie, now that we both have set our points, we need to come to a consensus or else we're going to get an F on this project.
How the...
Okay, so we both have Katie.
I'm okay. Go.
Soup? Or what did you say? Corn soup? Yeah, corn soup.
Shut up.
Corn syrup. You're nice.
Right.
Okay, take 4.
Alright, so we both
Click. I've always wanted to do that. Click.
Okay.
Click.
Alright, so you finish it because I really
Hold on. You just settle down 1 second. Get off the table.
Franco, por favor, no quiero una mala nota.
What? What does that even mean?
Franco, por favor.
The rainforest is in Brazil. The rainforest in Brazil. What is it called?
The Amazon.
The Amazon. Did I already say that?
No.
Oh.
You didn't say deforestation at the beginning
Would cost...
Okay, yeah.
Once again. I got the baby chicken.